Hello friends, myself Avdesh Meena. I have secured All India rank 32 in Civil Service Examination 2016 and I have been allotted IAS as a service. I have been allotted to Rajasthan cadre. Currently I am under training in Nagaur district of Rajasthan, going through district training, currently posted as Tehsildar. So I would like to talk about civil engineering as an optional because my optional was civil engineering and I secured the highest marks among all the optionals in my batch. First, before starting that, I would like to thank Mr. Vimal Singh Rathod for providing me an opportunity to deliver a lecture here on Course Savvy. So first of all, I would like to come to the point why to take civil engineering as an optional. You can choose civil engineering as an optional only if you have studied it for the 4 years. Only those people who have a background in civil engineering can choose optional as civil engineering. In this way, it is different from other civil engineering optionals. So, if you have studied it for 4 years, then it's an added advantage to you because you have studied it for 4 years. You will be able to get good marks if you have studied it thoroughly. But it is not necessarily that you have studied it thoroughly, and if you have not studied it thoroughly for the 4 years, you can still perform well. Now, second point is it has a defined and a fixed syllabus as compared to other subjects. Like if you compare with political science, which has international relations, which is a very dynamic subject, and things change with time. In geography too, we have seen theories and concepts changing with time, because current affairs also come in them. But here you will find no current affairs. So maximum of the questions will be from static part. So that way you have to prepare a fixed static part. So added to that, if you practice more and more, you will get more and more marks. This is what it makes it different from other optional. And also paper is relatively predictable. If you look into papers of last 5 to 10 years or even 20 years, you will find that questions are repeating, and if not questions, the pattern is repeating. So that's why, so there is no major ups and downs like other subjects. So also there is an objectivity in assessment. You can also assess yourself objectively because you know how tough is the paper or how easy is the paper, and you, the teacher can also assess. So that's why there is an objectivity in assessment. You know your preparation levels, you know how much marks will you go. Now coming to trends about how many selections civil engineering has given. So this is an important question for all the aspirants. So if you come to it, you will find that there are about 5 to 10 selections every year. And if you talk about IS, in my batch, I was the only IS with civil engineering as an option. So generally in IS, you will find only one or two IS as with civil engineering. Now you would wonder, then how is it a good option? Because you will have to consider the percentage of people who give mains. That is also not that very high. Only around 40 to 50 people appear for mains in civil engineering. So the main reason behind that is people with civil engineering doesn't come to IAS, or recently they have started growing. People with civil engineering often have started growing, and the trend will increase. That's what I can predict. Now, the next question comes is whether how much is the topic converges with the GS. So in that way, this subject is a negative because you will not find huge convergence with GS. In fact, you will find no convergence with GS. Only a few topics in environment you may find some sort of convergence, but that is also not that significant. But if you talk about other subjects like political science or PubMed, you will find huge convergence in other subjects. So this is a negative related to this subject. Now talking about whether it is scoring or not, you know, as I have already said, that this subject is completely objective. You know your assessment, you know your level, you know where you stand, and if you have did the attempted the question right, you will get good marks. So this subject is scoring in a way, but it is not scoring for all. If you talk about average marks, I will say that average marks are not that high. I've seen my friends getting marks in 200s, 230 to 40 to 50, whereas I got 356 marks. So there is a huge variation among the marks. So, but average marks is not that high. So in on an average, you will not get that high marks. But if you perform good, and if you know that you can perform good, then you can get very good marks, as I have seen. So that's what I will say. Now talking about how to study for it. So there are two approaches, two types of materials which you can prefer. I will say which I prefer. So there is, either you can go for coaching materials or you can go for books, standard textbooks. So I didn't have time to prepare for a standard textbook. So I chose the coaching material. As you can find that there are two good coachings for engineering services in Delhi, Made Easy and IES Master. You can choose any of these coaching materials. Both the materials are equivalently good. You can choose any of these materials and refer it. And you should keep a syllabus with you. While preparing, you should keep a syllabus with you of the amount of topics. You will find some topics which are not available in this material. Those topics would be few, especially in paper 2 if you talk, there are few topics which are not available in the study material provided by coachings. So in that case, you will have to refer to internet. So what I did was, some topics which were not there, I used to search them on internet, and I used to search standard solutions, how to solve type of questions. Like retaining wall was not there, like design of retaining wall was not there in the coaching material, because it is not taught in the IES coaching. So I choose to search it on internet, and I learned how all the steps how to design a retaining wall. So in this way, by searching for few topics which are not available in this coaching material. But I would like to point out one good news which has happened recently for terms of engineering optional, not just civil engineering. So Made Easy Coaching have come out with a new coaching named Next IES, and there they are specially training students for IES. So now we have a dedicated coaching for IES. So I'm sure they will come out with material for it. I'm sure, because at my time even the previous year questions were not having solutions that were not present in the market. So I had to make them on my own and talk and ask them from some seniors. But now you can easily find Made Easy solutions from last years. So Next IS has been a good overcome in this help, and that will definitely be helpful for us. So I would suggest you to go for coaching, because this is a technical subject, and as you all know, there are various technical concepts which we are not able to understand. So if you have not studied hard for 4 years, and if your basics are not good, then you should definitely go for coaching. But if your basics are good and you understand that you can do it on your own, then you can skip coaching also. So personally, talking at personal level, I did not attend coaching for optional subject. Yeah, I did coaching for interviews, but I didn't attend regular classroom coachings. Okay. So overall, should you choose this optional or should you not? So what should be your parameters while choosing this optional? I would like to say, if you have studied hard over the course of 4 years, then you should go for this option. Which means if you are if you are clear with your concept, then you should go for this option. Or if you have much interest in civil engineering and you believe that you can do it, only then you should go for civil engineering. But if you are in a dicey mood that whether you will be able to do it or not, if you are not confident about yourself, then I think you should not go for this optional. You can go for other optionals. Or if you are good at writing, you are arts, you have good arts, you are good at writing, or you are good at language or literature, then you should go for some other subject. But if you are good at solving problems, or if you have interest in solving problems, you should go, and that should be the sole criteria while choosing this optional. I guess I have covered almost all the things related to the optional. If you have any other doubts, you can ask on comments, or you can personally message me anytime. I am free to help. And thank you very much. Thank you, Coursera.